must be time. And we're live. That's weird. Did you see numbers? We didn't see numbers counting down.
Oh, man. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. We are Jill and Jerry, the Cruising Canucks.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us on our Sunday Live.
Yes, and 1 week from today, we are going to be walking through the streets of London, England.
We are so excited. We can't wait to share with you some of the things we have planned. Look at Mr. Canuck in his crown. Oh, my goodness. I am taking a child to London.
Who's mistaking you? We're back.
We are. And again, thanks for joining us today. Hope it's nice and sunny where you are. It is here. We're finally having some spring weather here.
I'm testing out my crown, make sure it fits, because we've been trying everything on for the cruise that's coming up. And I got to make sure my crown fits because we're going to a castle, so I got to have it ready to go.
There's no way. There is no way I am bringing you with that crown.
What do you mean?
No. Mm-hmm. Yes.
There's a king now in town. Last time we were there's a queen, so
that's true.
I'm going to represent the guys here.
I bought my necklace at Buckingham Palace last time we were there. See the little crown that I have? Yeah, mine is a little more understated than this thing that you've got going on.
Exactly. Do you think all the patrons in London that are meeting us will care if I wear this around town?
It might give some of them a few moments of enjoyment. I can hear some of the jokes going in my head right now.
Yep.
Are you going to eat chicken nuggets wearing your crown while you're in London?
Yep. Just wait till I walk into the George with this on. Oh, I don't want to wear it out though, so I guess I'll take it off for the rest of the show.
Oh,
how does that sound?
Thanks so much.
So yeah, if you haven't heard, we are going to Europe for our next cruise, and it happens in just a few days.
That's right.
We are leaving at the end of this coming week to go to London to start our cruise.
We are.
And then we're going to talk about all the details a little bit later on after we do a couple things and say hi to everybody.
Sure.
And we'll also, if you've been to any of these ports, we're looking for your feedback, because we're still, we still do the seat of the pants thing. We got a couple planned things. And
we have a few things planned, but we need some help with some others.
For sure. And we're hoping to film everything we do. Well, I'm sure we'll film everything we do unless our cameras break.
Don't say that. Don't jinx us. What are you talking about?
And if you're going to Europe soon and you want to learn from us, then we'll see if we can document everything we figure out on the fly. Mm-hmm. That's the plan. So if we're winging it, you're going to see us winging it, and hopefully it goes well.
Let's hope.
We've been to Europe before and thought we were going to wing it. We ended up at places that were closed.
Yeah, so we're trying to plan a little better this time, but we aren't super planned like some of you that have every day organized. We're not great at that, really.
No.
We are sort of last minute people when it comes to what we're going to do that day.
My plan is to get back to the ship every day. That's the only plan I have for sure. And even then, when you're in Europe, it doesn't matter if you miss it. You just go to the next port. You get a train.
Take a train to the next port, generally.
You'll probably beat the ship to the next port. Yeah, of our 12-day cruise, 11-hour ports. We're only one sea day.
That's right. So it's going to be a busy run.
We'll get to a couple things we want to say quick before we talk about Europe.
Okay.
Some of it's about Europe.
Okay.
And where are we? Our next live. So that's the first thing that might be about Europe. And I didn't realize this. Let's talk about it now. I thought this was at the end of the show. We'll talk about it now.
Okay.
The next live, I think we're going to see. We have data on a SIM card for our phone that should be able to help us do a live from Europe.
That's right.
So no promises yet, but if the stars align just the right way and we're at port at the right time and the time zones work out,
we will come live to you from Portugal.
That's what we're thinking maybe, yeah. So in 2 weeks from now, that means we might be live from Portugal.
Right. So we will be posting that on all of our means of social media
to let you know
if that happens, for sure, to promote it. But yeah, we're hoping to do that. We really enjoyed when we were able to do that last time we were in the Mediterranean. We did a live from Italy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're going to see if we can do the same thing this time, but this time from possibly the Norwegian Pearl in Portugal. So I think that day we're in Lisbon specifically, I think.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Have to look and see. But yeah, so watch for announcements on that for our next live. And what else have we got coming on? What's new and what's been coming out for content. So we're still doing the Virgin Scarlet Lady. We just finished releasing, I think it was Valentine's Day.
Okay.
And then coming up this week, we are going to have our day in Bimini. So a very interesting day. Don't miss that.
Yeah.
We had a good time, and then we had a time to leave. So then we were back on the ship.
Kind of like a self-imposed curfew is how we think about it now with Virgin. There was there's always great fun, and then the fun gets to be too great for our liking. So it's a self-imposed curfew. I
Too
think.
much fun if you go on Virgin. There you go. That should be their slogan. Virgin, too much fun. So that's what's coming up this week. And then while we're gone, there's going to be some content coming out. We're going to also get a video of us getting home all the way to the snow from Virgin, because we try to hang on to the ship as long as we can to get our last dollar's worth out of that cruise.
It's really worth watching if you're thinking about going on a Virgin cruise, because I will say, out of all the cruise lines we've cruised on, which is most all of the regular big ones that you all know of, Virgin does it a little bit differently with embarkation and disembarkation. And so there's pluses and minuses to that. And we sort of unpacked that a little bit and showed it in our video.
And then we come home to snow and you get to watch me digging out the car. Stuck in the snowbank.
Yeah, nobody wants to watch that this time of year. We're all tired of looking at snow, so thankfully it's gone.
Yep, and then after that, we're going to have another video while we're in Europe that comes out that we're going to talk all about. We break it down. I think it's half hour plus minutes of us talking about what we liked and didn't like about Virgin, so you can kind of get a summary of what we thought about the entire experience.
Yeah, and I'm sure most of you would be surprised that we may have had differing opinions a few times throughout that video. Once or twice, maybe.
Yep, and then if I get all my act together this week, we may also have a Virgin Scarlet Lady ship tour out while we're gone. So we'll see if that happens.
He's going to try to do a little bit of editing in the middle of everything else going on as we get ready to leave. We'll see if that happens.
Yep, for sure. So that's that announcement. Group cruise update. So some critical stuff here happening.
Okay.
We did say that we were going to start rebooking people in the Volendam just in time for Holland America to say, we're taking away your group space because the ship is so full. Yeah. So we managed to squeeze in a couple more people this week. We still may have a few spots. What we don't get booked this week, nothing's going to happen until we get back, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so if you've been on the fence about wanting to join us on the Volendam, it kind of needs to get booked before Thursday this week.
No. It needs to get done like early in the week because I won't have time to do it by Thursday.
Oh, okay.
So if we don't hear from you next day or two, we're not going to be doing Volendam until we get back. And there's a good chance the ship will be full. There's no more balconies. There's no more suites. Everything is booking up fast.
Yeah, there's insides and a few ocean views available.
And a lot of the insides and ocean views that are available are like with adjoining rooms, that type of thing. So not the greatest rooms are available. So
yeah, it's a popular cruise, and we knew this itinerary was popular because they don't often cruise to Newfoundland. They don't do it frequently. So when we saw this itinerary and we were allowed to reserve some group space on it, we jumped on it. So we're very happy that we did, and we have quite a few people joining us for it. So it should be great.
And our other group cruises, we're still booking on the Caribbean Princess that goes down to Southern Caribbean and pops in near Panama. It doesn't go through the canals, but it just goes into Cologne, Panama for the day and comes back out. And then we also, those are our main ones. We're looking at getting the Norwegian Dawn ready to be able to start booking when we get back for 2027.
2027, yeah.
So we'll announce that when we get to that actual time. So that's the group cruise stuff. Updated. Question and comment of the week.
All right.
And it was Lisa asked, Jerry, did you send the eggs back and get new ones? So we had ordered eggs Benedict, went and picked up from one of the stations, I guess is the best way to describe it. Some eggs Benedict, and I had said that it was a little overcooked. Not the end of the world. I prefer that than the opposite. But when I went to go to eat it, it was stone cold, like almost like it came out of a refrigerator cold. It wasn't just like room temperature. It was really cold, which I thought was a really strange way to serve eggs Benedict. I don't know if it was deliberate or they actually used to be hot. Yeah. So I was like, no, not my really thing. So the question came up, did you send it back? So that kind of triggered a conversation with us about that whole thing for us.
Yeah.
So typically we don't. And typically because... Well, first of all, we're eating so much. A lot of times by the time we get to something that we don't like or can't eat,
we'll just leave it.
It's like we're full anyways. We don't really need anything else. Yeah. But also, I guess we do fill out the surveys in the cruise and provide updates on things that we thought went wrong. So we have used that avenue in the past. Yeah. The cruise lines are more than welcome to watch our vlogs and see firsthand what we experienced if they really want some good feedback. I
hesitate to sort of complain to the person that brought it to us because I know they're not the one that made it. They're not the one that made the decisions on how to prepare the food or all of that sort of thing. And so we will comment on food and dining experiences in our surveys and share a specific example like that in the survey. When I do a survey, sometimes it takes me a couple hours to fill it out because I give noted details like that so that there's room for improvement in that. But I hate to do it in person to the poor waiter or waitress that is just working their butt off to get food to everybody. So we tend to not do it.
Yeah, I think there are some exceptions to that. If we
Yes.
say we ordered a steak medium rare and it came well done, that might go back.
In a main dining room too.
Yeah.
If there's so again, we were in the galley in the buffet restaurant when this happened. So it was easy enough to just grab a scone or whatever that Jerry ended up eating afterwards because it was right there, as opposed to having to not eat. If you're in the main dining room and you didn't eat your main course, then yes, we possibly would have had it sent back or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, and if we get something that say is like not cooked at all, say I get some chicken served to me in the main dining room again, I'd probably send that back. It depends on the situation, but yeah, most of the time, if it's just like a personal choice, eating and dining is so person specific. I'd find that what I like, someone else doesn't like, and vice versa. That sometimes the comment might be that we don't like it, but it's not because it wasn't prepared right or something was wrong with the service.
Just with our personal tastes.
Food is so subjective, so it's really hard, to vlog it and show because like some people love what I hate.
Absolutely. If you've been watching the vlogs, there's been a general theme. I've had some of the best food on Virgin that I've had on any cruise ship, and he feels like he's had some of the worst. So again, personal taste on food is a big component about it. For sure.
And we were back and forth with this comment with Lise, and actually at the very end of the comment chain, she had said that she was kind of understanding what we were trying to get at, but she had also said something else that caught my attention that ties into this comment. And she said that she is going to Emphasis. She's going to Turkey.
Yes.
And she was going to book with the same people that we had booked with there too as well.
Yeah. So best Emphasis travel.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Right.
So we thought that was a good news story.
So that's wonderful. I say hi to them for us. Wonderful tour group that they offer there. So if you are going to that area, I guess we should have put up a thing about that. But anyways, reach out to them. They're amazing. Best Emphasis travel.
For sure. Yeah. Personalized tours. You're not in a bus full of 80 people, which is wonderful.
Beautiful, beautiful vehicle and tour.
Question of the week.
Okay.
This one's for you.
Oh.
Okay. When you consider the number of passengers that travel cruises around the world and where those people are from, you're going to have to rank the top 6 countries for
this is
cruise
trivia.
passengers.
You didn't say that. You said question of the week.
That's the trivia question of the week, yeah.
Okay, sorry. Say the question again.
Now you have to reset.
You totally threw me off there.
So of all the passengers of the world that cruise, where do they come from? I've grouped them by country and by the top 6 countries. I'm going to give you the countries and you can put them in order. How's that sound?
Okay.
So you don't have to go from scratch.
Okay.
So your countries that you get to choose from for the top 6 in alphabetical order are Australia, Canada, Italy, Japan, UK, and USA.
I have to put them in order?
You have to put them in order as which country has the most cruise passengers all the way to the least of those 6.
I think I might need a help, friends. Help me out. I'm going to say USA is first. Are you going to give me first?
I'm looking to see other people's answers.
Oh, okay.
Stevie Bean has USA first.
Yeah, I would say USA first.
And let me see. I think the first place winner was like double of the second place. So it's a pretty obvious first place answer.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you think?
I think it's USA.
And the answer, number 1 answer. So the first place was USA.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Number 1 in cruise passengers, but not number 1 in hockey.
Okay. I need visuals. I should have these options written in little cue cards as to what other countries I have left. So I have Canada, Australia, Italy, and what other countries?
Japan, UK. What's number 2? Anna,
I'm in between
some people are
UK
saying,
and Italy. I just feel like every time I've taken a cruise out of Italy, there's been a lot of Italian passengers, a lot of people from Italy there. And I think, they're so close to so many cruises through the Med. But UK is also very popular.
UK is in there, people are saying.
UK or Italy in my mind. Most people are saying Brits are number 2.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with UK, with Italy because that's my sort of first intuition, but I could be wrong.
Number 2 is, bam, Italy.
Italy.
Ooh, you got Italy in number 2.
I think, and the reason why I lean towards this, the very first time I took a cruise out of Rome, I was with my mom years ago. It was before Jerry
existed.
No, we were married and all of that, but he was working and my mom and I did a cruise together. Anyways, but I think the thing that shocked me so much, we were on a Royal Caribbean Navigator of the Seas, and what shocked me so much was that Americans and Canadians were not the majority of the people on the cruise ship. The majority of the people were Italian, and so I think I wasn't expecting that. So that makes me always think Italy. They're big cruisers. There you go.
What's number 3?
I got one right for.
What's number 3, Mrs. Analysis?
Oh, sorry. I'm going too deep into this because you put too much pressure on me. Okay. So then it'll have to be UK then, would be number 3.
UK is your number 3?
Yeah. UK.
And let's go for number 3. Let's see what it is. Put up on the board. UK,
Ooh.
number 3. You're doing perfect
I got
so far.
3 for 3 already.
So far,
Let's
you're
stop
perfect.
now. Okay, so I have Australia and Canada left. I think I'm going to go with.
And Japan.
Oh shoot! I have 3 more.
Yeah.
There's 6. I thought there was
6
only
in
5.
total. Yeah.
Japan. Oh, that's going to mess me up. I have no idea.
I
was
Canada, Japan, Australia. Which one's the next one?
I don't know. I think I'll go with Canada, but I could be wrong. Japan's really throwing me off. I don't know where it would fall in there.
Canada?
Yeah, I'll go with Canada.
And the answer is
Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, see, I thought, oh yeah, Christine's saying Japan. So the Hadley Coles did.
There you go. So now you got, you broke your streak. You've got 3 or 4. Can you save it and get 5 of 6? You've got to choose between Canada and Australia.
I'm going to say Canada just because Australia is so
far away
in the locations for huge cruise ports like Fort Lauderdale, Mediterranean, all of those sort of things. So I mean, I know Australia does a lot of cruising, but it's generally in that area. So I'm going to go with Canada.
You're going Canada, then Australia for the last 2.
Yeah, Canada and then Australia.
Okay, I'm waiting to see if anybody agrees with you. Some people had Japan next, so they were all over that.
Mm-hmm.
And Canada has more reason to cruise.
Yeah, we sure do. We have to get away from the snow.
Number 5 is
Australia. I'm wrong.
Australia.
I'm wrong. Well, somebody did say Aussies have 28 million people, so that makes sense there.
Well, Canada has around the same number.
Do we?
People. Yeah, I think we're a little bit more than that, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It used to be 25, but I think we had some babies. So there we go.
Mm.
There's your top 6.
So I did well for the first 3. I think I should get points for the first 3.
Yeah, you got 3 out of 6.
I got 3 out of 6. I thought I was doing really good when I was at 100% when we were just the 3rd one in.
Yep.
Oh.
So Christine says, wow, we're last. We're not really last because it's like there was a list of like 30 countries, so we're 6.
Yeah.
So we're not on the podium, but we're pretty good. we still what would have been interesting.
Oh, the Steamy Bean says Canada has 40 million people.
And so what would have been interesting is to compare the number of passengers to the population of those countries and see by percentage. Canada probably would have came up, I think.
Yeah.
We need to get away from winter.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
I don't think we should have like multi-trivia answer questions anymore. I can handle like one.
You didn't like it with just one answer because then you just guess you're right or wrong.
Oh, that's true.
You wanted options, remember?
I need multiple choice. I think that's what I need. So I can always pick C, right? Remember that? If you don't know the answer, circle C that your teachers always used to say.
So let's talk about Europe.
All right.
Europe.
Let's talk about Europe.
It's that way.
Is it? Are you sure?
I'm sure that's the way it is.
He's a little directionally challenged, so just don't take that for face value because he will often walk you or drive you the wrong way unless you correct him.
Pretty sure it's to the east of us. Well, you can actually get there both ways.
I was just going to say.
One way's a lot longer than the other way. Anyways, we digress.
We will be flying east.
So we will be flying on a jet plane. Over to, we go into Gatwick is where we go. We'll be doing that next weekend. And then we're doing the one thing we always advise people, and the people traveling with us, we have already chased them down about this strategy. And they hate us for it already. They're going to hate us when we do it to them. When you arrive in another country in Europe, you have to stay up that first day when you get there in the morning. You can't go to your hotel and go to sleep. You can't have a nap even. You have to stay awake. That's Cruising Canucks rules.
That is. So everybody that's joining us on the Mediterranean cruise next year, that's sleeping. The rules. Because you do not want your body clock to get all messed up and be on the wrong time schedule for your whole vacation. It'll ruin your vacation.
So yeah, we get there and we spend the whole day awake, even if we're tired and we didn't sleep well on the plane. That the goal is to at least get till like 8 o'clock at night at the very earliest we would go to bed.
Absolutely.
And then a good night's sleep and wake up at the proper time the next day. And then we found every time we've done Europe, that resets the clock and you're good the rest of the trip.
So that's our strategy. So in saying that, we organized and reached out to a few of our patron members in the UK, and we're getting together with a whole group of people so that on that very day that we land. So we're going to be landing in London on Sunday, and Sunday afternoon we're going to do a little walking tour with some wonderful friends, and then we're going to be having dinner at a pub and just being excited to start the vacation with great friends.
Yeah, we're going to end up at the George Inn, which is, I believe, the last remaining or oldest carriage house bar, I guess is the way it's described. Charles Dickens would go there and have a drink in the middle of writing his books, as would Shakespeare, for example. So, it's a very famous spot, and we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, thank you, Kylie, for arranging all that. We're so excited, and we can't wait to meet you in person and have a great day.
But between our hotel and the George, there's a whole bunch of stuff. There's a big tower with a clock in it we're going to take a look at. There's a big, huge Ferris wheel. There's some big fancy...
I'm not getting on the Ferris wheel.
There's some castles. There's some, churches. We're gonna see all kinds of fun stuff.
Some things.
There's even a market that has tons of food. Borough
that's
market.
What we need. We're going out for dinner, but we'll stop at the market on our way to dinner.
Yeah, they have strawberry and chocolates I've seen.
Oh, chocolate. Anything with chocolate, it's his downfall.
I've got emergency chocolate just in case here.
Oh, gosh.
It's the leftovers of my Easter bunny right in there.
Oh, man.
But so that'll be our first day. That's just the first day when we get to London. It's all that fun stuff. And since it's an hour and a half walk, we'll probably stop every 10 minutes or so at a different pub and get a drink on the way. So we'll be 6 to 10 drinks in by the time we hit the actual pub at the end.
Oh, boy. Ronnie and Julie won't know what hit them by the time you make your way into that pub.
So that's day one. On day two, we wake up and we are still in London, and we are actually going out of London to the west.
We are.
To Windsor.
We are going to Windsor Castle. So we did do that the last time we went there, and Jerry and I just fell in love with that whole area. Obviously, the castle and the whole grounds is beautiful, but even the community in around it. And so anyways, we're excited to bring our friends that are traveling with us to go and see that and experience the morning there and part of the day there.
Yep. And then later on that day, when we get back from the castle, we are going to meet some other vloggers.
We have some wonderful friends that are coming into London to spend a few days with us while we're there.
You might know them. They have a channel of their own.
They do. It's called Paul and Carol. Love to travel. So we're very excited that they took a couple of days out of their very busy schedule right now as they're finalizing the last details for their group cruise, and they're coming in to spend a few days with us. So we can't wait for that.
Yep. So we're going to do a couple of days of Paul and Carol, and those days are going to be us still exploring London. I'm sure still finding more pubs and things to do.
Yeah. Best way to check out a community and an area is to have some local people by your side doing it with you. So we're very thankful for all of our UK followers and friends to sort of be willing to meet up with us.
And then we are heading to Southampton.
We are.
To get ready to get on our ship, because that's where the Norwegian Pearl leaves from that we're getting on, is out of Southampton.
That's right.
We're going to go spend a day in Southampton and meet up with some other people. And we've got a train ride booked to get us from London to Southampton.
Yeah.
So that was the mode of transportation.
And hopefully that all works, because last time we went there, we just as we were leaving to fly to England, we got a notification from the train company that they were on strike and the train wouldn't be running when we got there. So long story short, we had to find alternative plans to get to the cruise port. But I don't think that's going to be a problem this time.
And we'll keep an eye on the comments there. I see that Anna is saying, in London, high tea for a day. Any suggestions? We're hoping to get some suggestions ourselves.
I was just going to say, if anybody knows that, please let us know, because that's something we were talking about this morning on our morning walk. Maybe you have to do that when you're in London.
Yep. So then we're going to get on the Norwegian Pearl finally after all that stuff. And we'll be worn out by then. So we need a vacation to relax from the vacation. So we started in Southampton, and we are doing 12 days, and we end up in Rome.
That's right.
And 11 ports in 12 days.
Yeah, so only one sea day.
Yep. And our first stop is what they call Paris, but it's actually Le Havre. And we have an excursion booked in Paris.
We do. We booked an excursion through the cruise ship. We often don't do that. Actually, that was one of the questions of the week we had this week, was somebody asked me, do you ever book through the cruise ship for excursions? We do, but we're very particular about it. So when you're far away from the destination, like Le Havre to Paris is, we like to book with the cruise company, because it gives you a little bit of more insurance, because they won't leave without you if you're on a ship excursion. So that's part of the reason. But we're also doing something that I've wanted to do for a while. You want to talk about it?
We're going on a cruise.
We're getting off of a cruise, driving to Paris to get on a cruise.
we're cruising down the Seine River through all Notre Dame down to
Mhm.
the Eiffel Tower. We're going to have some food, and we're going to explore that way. Last time we did it kind of on foot. This time we're going to do it via the river.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's a luncheon. You're having like a beautiful meal cruising down the river. So we're quite excited for that. And there will be some, I believe, stops along with the bus before we get to that part of the day. But it's a long day. I think it's something like a 10-hour or 11-hour excursion, something like that. So we're looking forward to it.
Yes, and I'm watching the questions as they come in. Tony wants to know where we're staying in Southampton, and we are staying at the Moxie.
We are. The Moxie Hotel.
Which is a
Marriott chain
hotel.
Yeah, it is.
So that's where we're going to be.
Mhm.
And I'm just looking to see. We got some recommendations for high tea. I hear that Claridge and Harrods have amazing teas.
Mm.
And National Express. So I just seen a recommendation on how to get this. We already bought our tickets for Southampton. So
yeah, drop off it at IKEA. There you go. We can go shopping at IKEA.
Yeah, we're going via, I think it's Southwestern Rail.
Mm.
First class. I have to wear a top hat for that trip.
Oh, you will you?
Yes.
You're funny. You're funny.
Me and my first class experiences.
Uh-huh.
And so then, after we leave Paris,
Mhm.
we are going to do something that we're not going to do any other time in Europe,
Oh, yeah?
except that one day,
Oh, okay.
a sea day.
Mhm.
We got one day to relax in our holiday.
One day to relax.
We'll be at sea. We're going to go through the Bay of Biscay, which is famous for bad weather. So hopefully it's not famous for bad weather when we're there.
Well, what does the weather say, Mr. Meteorologist?
So far,
What's your prediction?
my prediction is high pressure ridge looks perfect, hardly any waves.
Oh, good.
So that's my
We
plan
should
right
have
now.
a good day.
And then after we get through there, we turn the corner at Europe and we come around the eastern point there at Portugal and we land in Porto.
Mm.
Actually, Lexos is the port they stop in, which is about 20, 30 minutes away from Porto.
Right. So, sorry.
I would just say Porto. We've been there before. We didn't actually go to Porto. We just went to the little town that the port is near.
Lexus, which is a nice little community. We had a wonderful time there, but we do plan on going into Porto this time. So we're going to make arrangements and travel into Porto.
We're going to see the bridges. We're going to see the cathedral. We'll see. We're going to have some egg tarts or pasta donata. I think is how you say it.
There you go.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the plan. So we're going to be in Porto as our first stop after we get past Paris. And then we do another stop in Portugal. We end up at Lisbon, which is fantastic because we know from being there before that you park right down in Lisbon and you're right there. The city's right at the doorstep of the ship. And you head off. Yeah.
Let us know in the comments if you've been to Lisbon and if you have anything that you think we have to see that perhaps we didn't see the first time. I mean, I felt like we had the perfect day in Lisbon when we were there last time, but we're looking to see what we're going to do in Lisbon. We have not booked anything yet for Lisbon. Last time we were there, we did a hop on, hop off bus tour, a highlight tour of the city, and then we spent the afternoon walking in all the streets and going up to the lookout area, and had some fabulous drinks and food along the way. Yeah.
And Warren says, how about some port wine?
Well, that definitely has to happen, right, Warren? For sure.
Have you seen our channel before, Warren? Having a drink and something to eat somewhere, that's not really us.
Yeah.
And if port is sweet wine, then I'm all over it.
Yeah. Right?
I think it's a sweeter red, right?
Sweeter.
Full-bodied.
Full bodied.
I don't know why I did that.
I don't. Stop. Try the cherry liqueur.
There you go.
There you go.
You'll have to try that.
Mm-hmm.
So then after Lisbon, e-bike tour.
Oh, that's a neat idea.
Do you have to pedal? Or does it go on its own?
Well, they're electric bikes, right? So you can have help going up hills and stuff like that with it.
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, because there's a lot of hills.
There is a lot of hills.
We need a lot of electricity.
Hey, so Lise, were you able to rent those right at the port? That's the question. Or was it through the ship that you did that? I know that there's those little cars that they had there. Remember, we looked at doing that right at the port, so we might end up with something like that. Okay. He forgets a lot of that kind of stuff.
Don't remember that.
He's always like, okay, this is my plan, and I'm going straight to it. Whereas I'm like, oh, they've got this here, they've got that there. I'm looking all over.
All I remember is the little trolley that went up the hill.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yep. And we had a cider, I think, at the top of the hill.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
That's the two things I remembered.
Yeah.
Yep. And then when we're done with Portugal, we're going to turn the corner a little farther and start to head towards the Mediterranean. We end up in Seville, Spain. Also has in brackets Cadiz,
Right.
if I'm saying that right or not.
Yeah, I don't know if you are, actually. But yeah, we haven't been there before. That's a new port for us, so we're looking forward to that. That's a different spot.
We've heard good things, or at least I've seen good things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of the most underrated cities in Europe, is what I read about it.
That's what they say. So we're excited to check it out for sure.
We'll see if we can overrate it.
Make it more popular cruise destination.
And then we're in a place that sounds like Canada.
But
So we must be in Granada.
Okay.
Or Grenada, maybe is the way to say it.
Grenada, I think.
We should
Seville oranges. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Seville?
sorry. I'm just reading comments coming through.
Oranges. Catch a flamingo show, Warren says.
Oh, yeah. There you go. In Portugal.
Or is that a flamenco show?
Stop.
I'm trying to get the pronunciation figured out before I get there. Oh, and then we are in somewhere that we've been before. It's an island.
Okay.
And it rained last time we were there, so hopefully we get a better weather this time.
That's true. It poured.
We are in Palma, Spain, Mallorca.
Yeah. Yeah, we wanted to do more stuff there, but when we were there last time, but the rain sort of made us give up trying because it just kept raining all day. So hopefully we have better weather this time.
And then we go to the mainland, and we're back in Barcelona. We've been in Barcelona a few times now.
We have.
And we are going back to go somewhere we've been before, but we are doing something different there. We are going back to the big church, Sagrada Familia.
Yes, we have tickets purchased already. Actually, maybe you should share your story about the tickets, about getting those tickets. You want to share that just to sort of heads up for people?
Well, first of all, I thought maybe I should buy tickets in advance. I thought maybe I'll just buy them when I get there. But luckily I checked out, because literally if I would have booked them probably next week, it would have been too late to get tickets. The days leading up to the day we were there, they were already sold out. So we managed to get tickets. We couldn't even get you can get a guided tour, for example. It was only a little bit more money I wanted to do, but it wasn't even available. So I just got the basic ticket to get in.
Should have booked it earlier then.
So we should have booked
available
it. So if you're doing Barcelona, go to the church, you want to book ahead of time.
Book it earlier than we did even.
But what I think the story that you want me to tell is that I was looking on the web, and I was on the site that was called Sagrada Familia, .com, and I thought it was the right site, and the tickets were coming in at £60 each, or €60 each.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, well, that sounds like a lot of money to do that, but I guess, sure, we want to do it. So I was about to buy the tickets, and I stopped, and I thought, I actually Googled, is it worth to see the church for this much money? And then I found an article, someone talked about, well, 30 euros can be expensive to see the church, but it's worth it. And I thought, hold on, this company wants to, hold on, why is it 60? Did it go up? It was a third-party site trying to sell me tickets. I was making it look like they were actually the church organization trying to sell me tickets for twice the price of what the tickets actually cost.
So we've noticed this a few times with other locations that we've tried to purchase things on our own, that you have to be aware of that. So make sure if you're going to be booking tours or entry admission tickets into things, sort of like the castle that we're going to see in London. Make sure you're on the official website, because it would have cost us a lot more, and then who knows, would the tickets have even worked?
I'm not
I don't
even
know,
sure.
but we would have paid double what we paid.
Yeah, so be very careful that you're actually getting it from the actual source. So luckily I found out at the last minute, so we were able to get the tickets for half the price I thought we were going to pay. So, which the good thing about that is that I thought it was a very reasonable price then.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's half what I thought I was going to have to pay. So we're seeing the church, but we couldn't get a time. So the day that we're there, even the tickets were selling out for that day. We could only book after lunchtime. We wanted to go in the morning, so we're stuck with an after lunch time. So I think we're going to go and we're going to explore kind of the Gothic section of Barcelona. And I see that Lise is recommending Guru Walk. We did do a free walking tour in Barcelona before, and we loved it.
Loved it. And Highly recommend it, guys.
If we could do it again, I would be tempted to almost do it all over again, because it was fantastic.
Do you want to put that comment up just so people can see how to spell it or look at it?
Guru Walk.
Guru Walk. And like Lisa's saying in this comment here, is they do them in different cities, and we did it when we were in Barcelona and highly recommend it. So we're hoping that we will be able to maybe take advantage of that in a few other cities too. So we will be looking at that for sure.
There.
Did you get it? You found it?
In case you didn't know how to spell Guru Walk.
Oh, well. No, okay, fine. Stop making fun of me.
I just thought it was funny when you said "get" so they can spell it.
Well, I
But
just
it
see
could be
I
my
guess.
pronunciation because I slur my words together. So it may came out like guru.
Mhm.
Right?
Funny. It's true. Warren's telling us to have some limoncello liqueur while we're away. Well, of course we will do that too.
Why does Warren want us to drink so much?
There you go.
I'm starting to think he's a bad influence.
A bad influence. I don't know. Or just very similar because we definitely did that when we were in the Mediterranean last year. I was having limoncello spritzers throughout the whole Med. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Lisa's saying that she did the Gaudi walk. We didn't do the Gaudi walk. We did the Gothic walk.
Okay.
Because Gaudi, I think the Gaudi Park is like further north of the church. We didn't get up there.
That might be a one to do instead because we haven't done that yet. I like that suggestion, actually.
Something new? Mm-hmm. You know my answer to that.
Yeah. Maybe we should do that. I like that idea. Thank you.
I like my idea.
No.
I'm going to be drinking sangria in the Gothic section of Barcelona while you go up to see Gaudi's stuff. Okay.
No.
So after Barcelona, we are in Cannes, France.
Ooh.
Which we've been there before.
We have.
And we did the little naughty train, I believe the British people call them.
That's right.
We call them little tourist trains, but
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what we're going to do. That's going to be one of those wing it days, I think. I understand that Monaco is nearby. Has anybody ever gone to Cannes and then gone somewhere from other than Cannes? So I'm curious to know if you have any suggestions for us because we're kind of open to that one.
Yeah, we really are looking into that being a possibility. So give us any information you have if you know about that and if you think that that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. And we'll watch for comments on Cannes coming in. But after Cannes, then we end up somewhere that we tried to get to last time, but a big, huge storm kept us away.
Ooh.
We are going to Florence. I think actually we go into Livorno is where we dock, but we're heading to Florence. We're going to get our own train ticket, and we're going to hopefully make it to Florence.
Yes. Hopefully make it to Florence.
Yep, the train station in Florence is right downtown by all the different attractions. There's a McDonald's there. There's a statue of some guy with no clothes on. And so we're going to see all the important stuff in Florence. We may even have a meal. We may even find wine that comes out of a hole in the wall. So
there you go.
In case Warren wants us to have wine out of it, I already beat him to it.
There you go. Have you done that before? We've never done it before. We've only been to Florence once before, and we knew about it, but I don't think I thought about it that day. So we didn't look for it. But now, I've regretted it ever since I came back, and I hadn't done that. I thought it would be pretty cool. So we have to try to do that when we're there. I'm
seeing comments when we're in Cannes that Monaco is beautiful. They did the hop on, hop off. Visit the casino. Yeah, I've heard that you can feel like you don't have a lot of money compared to some of the people in Monaco.
Well, I'm sure that's the truth. But it'll still be fun to check out, I think.
Yeah. We can check out all the yachts, see if there's any that look like ours.
Yeah. No.
Probably not.
They would not be allowed in the marina.
Warren wants us to go see Michelangelo.
Yes.
I'd like to see Michelangelo for sure. Not sure about David.
Is David?
Michelangelo's tomb is actually in Florence. We came across it by mistake in the big church that we were at last time we were in Florence. It's true. It's an amazing church with some amazing people that are entombed there. But yeah, so hopefully we're going to get back to that square. We're going to see a little bit of David possibly. What else are we going to do in Florence? We're just going to eat all the food, drink all the drink, and see all the stuff.
There we go.
I think that's the plan. We're going to get as much as we can out of the day in Florence because we love Florence. It's beautiful.
Gavin has given us a good suggestion for Porto, and in my opinion anyways, Porto has some great port wine factories to tour and sample and quite cheap. There you go. Hopefully we can get that into the day too.
And then on the 11th day, I believe, of our cruise, we are in Naples, Italy.
We are in Naples.
Now, we've been to Naples a couple times, and if I'm telling it how it is, it's a pretty dirty city.
Probably the dirtiest city in Europe that we've been to.
Yeah, it did not impress us. Yeah, home of pizza, and there's some stuff to do in Naples. I know a lot of people, they prefer to go off to, to see where the volcanic eruption, what's that town called? I'm sure somebody will know that's been there, but we haven't done that. But so we're debating actually of two spots where to do in Naples. It's either go to Capri. We've never been to Capri, which is a ferry right away. Yeah. But a new one that I keep seeing pop up that I'm curious about is Etna is the volcano, I believe. Oh, okay. But the other thing that we're thinking of instead of Capri is a place called, I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce this right. I think it's called Ischia. It's like Ischea is the spelling of it. It's another little island that's kind of similar to Capri, but in a different direction, and it's a little bit bigger than Capri.
Uh-huh.
But I've heard it's less expensive, but it has the same brilliant view. So I'm curious.
And a little less touristy.
Yeah,
We've seen some beautiful pictures of it. Pompeii. Thank you, Kate.
That's what I was looking for.
That's what we were trying to get.
But yeah, so we're trying to decide we're going to do Capri or Ischia. And they both look beautiful. They're both a ferry ride. I think Ischia is a little bit closer to Naples. It's just shorter ferry ride. It's also supposed to be less touristy. So that kind of has our attention because we don't really want to go where the crowds are. Sometimes we want to go, do our own thing. But Capri, we've also heard wonderful things about.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're really back and forth. So
yeah,
we're not sure if anybody's done either one of those. If you have, then we need to know. So we're wondering which one is the better one to go to.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Jennifer's asking, have we been to Pompeii? We have not been to Pompeii.
No.
No.
We had thought about Pompeii, then we thought about not doing. Well, last time we were there, I believe it was really, really, really hot. We thought we didn't want to be stuck outside for that long walking around because there wasn't a lot of shade there.
I think it was rain, actually. It was the opposite.
Oh, maybe it was rain.
It was rain.
Heat once and rain the next time.
Yeah. First time was heat. Second time was pouring rain in the forecast the whole day.
And we were very strategic because we thought, well, we'll go to there's a famous museum in Naples that has a ton of artifacts and things from Pompeii in the museum.
That was our plan.
We were
be inside for the rain.
And then the museum wasn't open the day we were there.
It was a Monday, I think it was, or something. Whatever day of the week we were there, I'm pretty sure it was a Monday. They were closed one day a week, and that was the day they were closed, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I doubt we're going to do much in Naples. Although there's parts of Naples we like. I like that big, huge enclosed plaza mall area that's just beautiful there, and there is pizza, of course, there. But I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Peggy's saying Pompeii does not have any shade and can be very hot. Yeah, that's when we went to Naples the first time. It was in August and it was extremely hot, so we stayed away. And then the second time we went, it was in November and it was pouring rain, so we didn't go either time.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's our plan. Is this time we're gonna hopefully, if we can navigate and figure it out, head off to Capri or Ischia. So I guess you'll see when we get back and show the vlogs which one we ended up doing, unless somebody tells us you've got to go to one or the other. And then we'll believe you.
There you go.
And then we get off in
Rome.
What's the name?
No.
Chicky.
It's
not Chicky. Civitavecchia. And Annette is saying, what ship? How many days?
So we are on the Norwegian Pearl for 12 days.
Yes. Going from Southampton to Rome. So we've gone through all the stops. We're just getting into Rome now at Civitavecchia. Our plan is to hop on a train, head into the city, and we have a hotel booked there.
By the train
station. But so we're going to have a night there, so we're going to explore for the day, and then the next day we fly home. But we've had a little bit of a complication because there's something going on in Rome right now. And it's going to be crazy. I'm not sure if you know what's going on in Rome right now.
I think everybody knows.
Everybody knows what's going on. But I see Lisa saying, go to Capri. Pompeii's overcrowded. Yeah. So, yeah, we're just trying to, we're definitely going to do Capri or the other one. But so in Rome, we're thinking that possibly by the time we get there, the conclave will be done at the Vatican. And there'll be a new pope. And things will be settling down and getting quieter. But there is a chance that
it could be celebrations going on. We're not sure.
We're not sure. It turns out that Pope Francis is not being buried in the Vatican, but he's buried at a different church in Rome. It turns out that church is like a block away from where we booked our hotel months ago. So we're sure that that's going to be a little bit crazy, hectic around there also by the time we get there. So we're expecting a lot of busyness in Rome. And that's saying something because Rome's always been busy when we've been there.
Every time we've been to Rome, it's been busy, and each time it's busier than the last time. So we're expecting crazy busyness this time. So we'll see.
Yeah, and we hadn't really had any plans to go to the Vatican because we were just going to be there the one day. We thought we may just do some of the other tourist things with the people that we're going with. I'd love to get back to St. Peter's Basilica. It just blows every time I go there, it blows my mind. And considering what's going on in Rome right now, it almost makes you want to go to the Vatican just to feel like you were part of that whole process, just kind of to catch it at the tail end. But I don't know. We'll figure out whether or not we're going to do it. And Rome is going to be insane.
Oh, thanks, Jillian. She's just saying on top of the Pope's conclave, it's also the Christian Jubilee year this year in Rome. So Rome will be super busy for sure.
Yeah. What kind of pants do you get in Capri?
Capris.
Capris?
So get a pair of capris.
Is that where they come from?
Very clever, Warren. Warren
I've-
says Jill should get some pants in Capri.
I've seen some guys
I guess
wearing
I
them.
should wear some capris to Capri.
I'm not getting any pants in Capri.
No, you don't want to wear any capris?
I know it's kind of trendy now to wear capris and like no socks in your shoes type of thing, but I don't think it fits my look.
Oh.
You know, the look I have carved out for myself with a new hairdo doesn't have capris on it. You know?
I can't. I can't, guys. Sorry. Lisa's saying 25 tour buses a day when they were in Pompeii. Awful.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we've heard that from a lot of people.
I feel that it is the area the cruise lines push you to go to. There's multiple options for different things you can do in Pompeii. So yeah, we haven't done it.
Anna's saying, I've been on a guided tour for approximately 3 hours in Pompeii. In my opinion, it was way too long. And once you've seen one ruin, it all looks the same.
Yeah.
That was sort of our thought about it. So I'm glad you're confirming it.
The last
Anna,
time we were in Naples last time was towards the end of our trip.
And we had already seen so many ruins.
And we had seen 20 days of ruins and we're like,
We're
we're skipping the ruins. These ones, yeah.
We've seen ruins enough this trip. So yeah, I get it. You're right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we're thinking Capri's calling our name because I'm sure Warren would tell us there's probably a drink we could have a Capri. So
yes,
we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But that's our trip to Europe. So yeah, we're excited. And we are excited about getting into London and seeing some new friends.
We are.
Our friends that we haven't met in person. Some of them we have met in person.
That's right. We're getting reunited with some and meeting some new ones. So it's going to be wonderful. And we're going to be traveling with lifelong friends. And so it is definitely a dream come true to be able to do this trip. Yep. So we're really excited about it. It's going to be wonderful.
Yep. Just a blast to think about it geographically, going all the way around Rome, one side around to the other, and seeing some new spots. It's going to be wonderful. And we're going to get some warmer weather than we've had here. So that's even going to be better still.
That's right. So, if you have any suggestions of stuff you think we need to do at any of those spots you heard us, we're open for all suggestions. The only place that we sort of are booked for the whole day is Paris. The rest we're open. So we would appreciate any help or advice or recommendations that you have.
Gates has got a suggestion. I think you should do it because Gates suggested it.
No, Gates.
And
Gates.
You said
why do you hate me so much? I just read his suggestion.
You said that you were going to do what they suggest. Gates
I said I was open to it. Okay, I need to put some parameters on this discussion, obviously. I thought I was just ending on a nice note, Gates. Thanks. Anyways, Gates is suggesting that I might want to take a gondola that's involved in Capri.
It's a single person gondola.
Or he's saying there might be a gondola. So maybe he's trying to be nice and he's warning me that maybe I want to stay away. I'm going to take it that way, Gates. You're giving me a heads up. I can make sure I go to the other town that Jerry was talking about, right? Yeah, because if you've watched our vlogs, you know that I'm not a fan of gondola rides.
Well, you always seem to break them.
Yeah. That tends to happen if I'm on it. So you wouldn't want to be with me. Yeah.
So we'll call it there.
Aubrey and Steve are saying your European adventure sounds amazing and exhausting at the same time. Have a great trip. It's so funny you say that. As we were planning it and thinking about it, I literally just said to our good friends that are traveling with us last night when we were talking, I'm like, we're going to need a vacation from this vacation at the end of it because we're trying to squeeze everything in. But yes, it's going to be wonderful.
And Wanda says you should have a caprese salad while you're wearing your capris when you're in Capri.
Yeah, there you go. That's what we should do.
On that note, we're out of here. We're going to get the suitcases packed and we are heading to Europe. So
all right.
Watch the announcements. If we do get a live together, we'll let you know on Instagram. We always do things live when we're away. We're not going to show you pre-canned trips on Instagram. We're going to show you the real stuff as it's happening.
Yeah, we only post things that are happening. So please follow us on Instagram if you're not always doing that. And we will be posting daily on Instagram. Dawn is saying, have a great time. Give Jill and Simon a big hello from Michigan. Can't wait to see them in July. We will for sure, Dawn.
For sure. Okay. Well, next time you see us, we'll be in Europe.
Bye for now, everyone. Have
Bye-bye.
a great week.